Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live yet again, of course, for another UEFA Women's European Tournament game here. UEFA Women's Championships, not UEFA Women's Tournament. UEFA Women's European Championships at Geneva. We're in Geneva today, Stade de Genève, for Denmark against Sweden, another group stage game. We've already covered a number of the Women's Euros, well, every Women's Euros game we've watched thus far. Tonight will be the first one that we will miss because we've watched the first five Women's Euros group stage games. Tonight we're gonna switch back to the Club World Cup. So we're live at 8 p.m. tonight. Well, 8 p.m. is the kickoff time, but we'll be live slightly before that, obviously, for Fluminense against Al Hilal in the first FIFA Club World Cup quarter-final. So join me for that, if you will. Obviously, today we'll still be talking about all the other stuff, all the news, there's lots of breaking news. Again, football-wise, the world of football just hasn't slowed down. Obviously, yesterday was a really, really tragic day. Still kind of coming to grips with all that, to be honest. Waking up today thinking, did we dream all that? Was that just an absolute, just a mistake? I don't know. But yeah, anyway. The football world has continued. The football world has continued producing stories today, so we will be discussing all of them. And I'm sure you've got lots on your mind, lots to talk about today. So let me know what your thoughts are on this game. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of the breaking news stories that we've had in just the last 24 hours since we last spoke. Let me know your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts in the chat. Big thank you first and foremost. Obviously, we're 5-6 minutes away from kickoff here in Geneva for Denmark and Sweden. But I do want to get your thoughts first and foremost on... I've gone. I've absolutely gone. I don't know what I was thinking there. Let me know your thoughts on today's game, the prediction, and all that sort of thing. But I do just want to say a big thank you. Before we get stuck in, a big thank you to our sponsors, Match Bingo. Match Bingo continuing to sponsor Premier League Dad. It's great to have them on board. Great to have them continuing to sponsor the channel. If you haven't yet heard of Match Bingo, then and if you like a game, if you like a bet on the footy, then I am sure that you will do. Go and check them out. You can download the Match Bingo app by clicking the link in my description, or you can also scan the QR code, which is on screen now. There you go. Hey presto, how was that? Magic. You can scan the QR code, or you can let me know. Yeah, but either way, let me know what you think. Download the app. Get it on your phone. Download the Match Bingo app, and let me know what you think of it. There's over 10,000 players in the UK, and it's growing incredibly quickly. I'm trying to let you guys know about it because it is fantastic. You can get over £250 per bingo. You can win up to £250 per game, and you can buy yourself a bingo card for a game like this one. Only costs you a couple of quid. Go and try it. Go and check it out. There's over nearly £250,000 in prize money paid out to Match Bingo players across the UK. They've just started doing cricket games as well. Tennis games soon to come too. So the app is growing, it's evolving, it's absolutely fantastic. Go and check it out, and a big thank you to everyone that has already done so. And yeah, a massive thank you again to Match Bingo. Also, by the way, I forgot to say, if you do go and download the Match Bingo app and you deposit £5, just a fiver, you get £10 free to play with whatever games you want to bet on, right? So you can literally buy yourself a bingo card for a game like this one. You get a bingo card on your phone, and it literally comes up and it says, corner to Sweden, free kick to Denmark. And as those things happen during the game, obviously it ticks it off on your bingo card. You get prizes for a line, prizes for 2 lines, and prizes for a full house, the same way that you do in bingo. And it's a great laugh. Go and check it out. It makes the game a little bit more interesting. You can win yourself a small fortune doing it. So go and check it out. Big thank you again to Match Bingo. Right, with that said, let's get live. 3-Star Reds, just seen your stream about Lyon's financial rescue. Just read an article where it says Cuebano deal with Texas Botafogo could still happen, and that he and Marinakis are working on some secret deal. Wow, okay. Interesting. Okay. Not bad at all. John Marsden, howdy all. Happy 4th of July. Good to see you, John. 3-star Reds hope that deal between Marinakis and Textor does not involve Marinakis giving up control at Forest and Textor coming here. I think that's the concern, isn't it? Yeah, that is definitely the concern with Forest, certainly, because there's always that chance that, he's leaving Palace, but he could go and find himself somewhere else, and Forest, I'm sure, would be next up, given he's quite close to Marinakis. Chimey, good to see you, Chimey. How's it going? I like that Denmark kit. I do like that Denmark kit. Hey, Dylan, you got yourself a profile. I like your new profile picture, mate. I like it. Nice work. What was I doing? United forever. How's it going, United forever? Good to see you. Be yourself, Dylan. Subscribe to your YouTube. Thanks very much, mate. You're an absolute star. Thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Kieran, hi, mate. How's you? Yes, good to see you, Kieran. I'm really good, thank you. John, are you okay, Kieran? Yeah, I'm great. I assume Kieran is too. Hopefully, the other Kieran. Jake, evening all. Good to see you, Jake. Robert Martin do 78. I support Everton. Commiserations. I'm only messing. Of course I'm only messing. It's great. Yeah, it's great. Love to see Everton fans in the chat too. And we'll have some banter, I'm sure, across the season, if nothing else. Jay, alright, Key, how's you, mate? My favourite cop-out. That's got to be a small list, hasn't it? That's got to be a very, very small list. PNC, I wish our chairman Levy would just pay what West Ham wants for Kudus. Such a cheapskate. I mean, you've got to try and, sometimes there is a bit of a negotiation, sometimes there is a bit of a back and forth. You've got to allow, time for that, I think. The Kudus deal is not an easy one, it's not a simple one. But, if you do get him, 60, 65 million quid, whatever it ends up being, I think you've got a great player there. Bryn, got bloody COVID, mate. Oh, Bryn. Ugh. Do you know what? I think my old man's got it as well, He's been kind of bunged up and cold and flu and stuff the last few days, so... I hope it's not going round again. That'd be a nightmare. Well, hopefully you feel better soon, mate. I really hope you do. Robert Martin do. It's the working class club. Everton forever working class club. To be honest, mate, I don't think there is such thing as a working class club anymore. It's all changed, hasn't it? All the working class clubs are in the lower leagues. John Marsden, Coventry City forever. Good to see you back, John. Good to see you. Another Coventry fan in the chat. United forever. It was so tragic with Diogo Jota, mate. Honestly, I've just been saying then on YouTube, I'm kind of finding it, just waking up today a little bit and thinking, has that actually happened? Was that just some kind of mad, dream, nightmare that you just, yeah. But it's sadly, no, you wake up, you check the news, it's still very much the same, very real. And I'll be honest, I'm sure that's exactly how a lot of people are feeling. No more so than his family, obviously, his family waking up and still in this nightmare. But yeah, awful tragedy for his mum and dad, obviously losing both the sons and the kids, man, the kids. But they'll have a lot of support around him, I'm hoping. And yeah, the circle of life goes on. Part of the grieving process, sadly, but it will go on. It will continue, and we'll plough on as best we can. It's all you can really do, to be honest. There's not really an awful lot else. There's another minute's silence here for Diogo Jota and Andre at the Women's Euros. Denmark and Sweden observing it perfectly, as you would fully expect them to. John, can't wait for the new season to start again. Yep. Yeah, mate, I really am now. I mean, to be honest, yesterday just kind of threw everything, because we've gone from speaking about transfers and, really hotly anticipating the new season every day, and now it just feels like it's not really all that important anymore. I'm looking forward to regular club football coming back, but it'll be a bit tinged. Well, not a bit tinged. It'll be very tinged. It'll be stained and just, this isn't how it was meant to be, It's a real shame. 3-star Reds. My bet today in this is over 2.5 goals each team, 3 corners and a yellow card each. And Stina Blackstenius to score in 90 minutes. A 5 4-fold bet. 35 return. Nice. Well done. Hopefully so, mate. I'm rooting for you. Kieran, good news for Ipswich. George Hurst has signed a 4-year deal to stay at Ipswich. Really? Okay. Well, there you go. We're about to kick off here. First half. Sweden get us underway. There he is. Sweden underway. Michael, Kieran, given the sadness that has happened with Diogo Jota and his brother, was he earmarked to stay on at Liverpool, or would he have been one of the players to leave the club? I'll be honest, mate. That again, it's not really something that would or should be discussed. I would say, but I mean, I think he was a wonderful player, yeah, no, I don't think the club would have sold him anyway for what it's worth. But there's not really all that important now. But no, I don't think he would have done. Danzy, you watching Al Hilal today? Yes, absolutely. Al Hilal, Fluminense tonight, 8 PM. We'll be live for that. Michael, since the football season has ended, it's still been wall-to-wall football with all these tournaments, football happening in June, July. That's very true, yeah. Very, very true. Joe, Elanga deal's been agreed. Has it really? Okay. I didn't know that. Jay, you're actually okay for a cop-out, mate. Jackson, who wins today, Chelsea or Palmeiras? Well, I mean, you say today. I don't know where you are in the world, but Chelsea Palmeiras is like 2 AM, isn't it? Tomorrow morning. And I would imagine Chelsea. Yeah, I can't see past Chelsea. Sweden in down the right-hand side here. Opportunity comes out. Must be... Oh, she missed it. She missed it. Oh, it wasn't actually a bad finish, to be honest. I am crew. Do you agree Arteta and the board should step down for not taking action over Partey? I am crew. We've seen multiple clubs suspend players as soon as stuff is said. Arsenal kept him going. I honestly think, mate, you can look at this one of two ways. You can look at it ethically and morally, and you can look at it from a legal perspective, and I don't think the two necessarily align. I've seen all sides of the argument on Twitter with the whole Thomas Partey situation. I've seen everyone. I've seen some people obviously saying, innocent until proven guilty. You never know. Look at Benjamin Mendy, for example. Manchester City suspended him, without pay, and he was found not guilty. He then sued the club and got all of his pay back plus a load of extra money and all. It's so, because they're principles that as a country we believe in, isn't it? Is innocent until proven guilty. That said, they have known this for 3 years, and they could have put him on gardening leave with full pay and just said, look, while this investigation's going on, we don't want you around the team. It's such a difficult one. It is such a difficult one. So I have a limited bit of I can understand why people want to throw the book at Arsenal, by the way. Totally understand that, because it's a very, very sort of her trigger topic, and obviously the main thing is that the victims and all that are looked after and they get justice. But again, you just never know. Just because he's been charged doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty. We have to say that, whether you think it or not. We have to say it. So we don't know is the honest answer. So legally, Arsenal have probably looked at it and gone, well, there's no charge. There's no charge. So if there's no charge, then there's nothing to answer. If he's charged, then that's a different matter altogether. But if the police don't have enough evidence to charge, then we can't really do anything. And legally, if we was to say, on your bike, mate, you're bringing the club into disrepute, he could probably have a case against Arsenal. So it's a very, very difficult one. And in an ideal world, if we had if we lived in an ideal world, the ideal world would be that these cases would be much, much more cut and dry, and it would be done and dusted within a matter of days, if that. It would be, this has happened, guilty or not guilty as the case may be, and there you go. We prosecute or we don't, because and I think that's really all you can say. That's really all you can say, is you just really don't know, do you? I am Croots. Don't think the Jota news will sink in until we see him there in the club videos and at games. That's true. Yeah. Tricky67 funeral tomorrow already. Wow. Yeah. There's a service being held today, isn't there? Service being held, and then it's funerals officially. The proper funerals tomorrow. Be yourself, Dylan. Last comment. Want your thoughts on it? What was your last comment? Your last comment just said thank you. You said thank you, and then and then you said last comment. What did you say, Dylan? Did I miss something? Energy. I'm a big Man United fan and just bought a Liverpool jersey with Jota on the back for respect. It's very nice of you. I am Crute. I do wonder if Liverpool will suspend all incomings and outgoings now, try and keep the core group. Honestly, I just think it's far more likely that nothing happens for a little while, and then it will happen. There will be things that happen. The club will. The club, again, it's not just this is part of it. I'm saying Conrad Harder. There's a Danish lady with the surname Harder. I would assume there's maybe a relationship with Conrad Harder, because Conrad Harder's Danish as well, isn't he? I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah. I mean, life goes on. Life goes on. It's one of the facts of life, isn't it? It's just the circle of life, and as brutal and as cold and as kind of emotionless as that may come across at times, it is the grim reality of life, is that it will continue. And because of that, Liverpool will continue. Liverpool will continue doing their business. There will have to be, in the cold light of day, there will have to be someone at the club who looks beyond, this tragic situation and actually starts thinking about that time. They'll have to start being that cold, emotionless person and looking at it purely logistically and practically, because that's what they're paid to do, isn't it? Mace Boone 14, do you support any football? Do I support any football? I watch all football. It's a potential penalty check here for Denmark, I don't think it's a penalty, mind. It was she kind of dove for it, but she didn't quite get a full hand on it, I guess. It was more like she was falling over and it just hit her hand in the penalty area. I don't think that's a penalty. Be very surprised if Denmark get this. Ball gets whipped in. She's kind of losing balance. I don't think she does that deliberately. I mean, whether or not intent means anything there, she's falling over. She's not even looking at the ball. You can't give a penalty for that. That is madness if that gets given as a penalty. That is absolute madness. This could be a penalty to Denmark, and if it is, that is absolutely shocking. That is absolutely shocking. You can't give a pen for that. You can't give a pen for that. She's literally falling over. She's not even looking. She's not even looking at the ball. And there's a massive long check here for Denmark, Sweden, potentially penalty. What's going on? Why is this such a long check? Oh, they're going to go on. She's going to go and have a look, the ref. She's going to go and have a look. And I'm sorry, this is a huge miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. Huge miscarriage of justice. BSL Dylan Williams signed a 10-year deal at Bilbao. Ridiculous after they didn't want him to go. Well, his statement was, Dylan, that he's gone with his heart, right? He's gone with his heart. That was his message that he's decided to go with his heart and he always wanted to stay at Bilbao. To be fair, Barcelona have said that they were willing to... They were absolutely willing to pay the release clause, but they wanted Nico Williams to make his mind up before they did. Because once they've... Yeah, it's quite simple, and Nico Williams basically in the end decided he didn't want to leave Bilbao, which is quite nice actually, isn't it? It's quite nice. Lisha, hey Key, hope you're doing well. Opinion on Cunha taking the 10. Again, no opinion. Yeah, no opinion of it, to be honest. He's yeah. There's been good United 10s and bad United 10s. Number on the shirt, number on the back of the shirt doesn't mean one bit of difference as far as I'm concerned. I am Crute. I do think they could have suspended him, but with pay. It stinks as well. This has all come out the week after his contract expires. Well, it does suggest that maybe there was something known and there was something going on with Thomas Partey, doesn't it? It does suggest that. But we don't know. Again, we don't know, and I'm sure the club will have sought. This is not, this is not some small-time operation. I'm absolutely certain that Arsenal will have sought legal advice. Penalty. That is absolute craziness. I'm sorry. Oh no, is it a pen? Oh no, it's a free kick. Oh, so it's a free kick on for a shove. Oh well, then that's all right. That's better. That's much better. So no penalty. That's absolutely the right thing. She went and had a look. She decided there was no penalty. There was a shove in the back of the Swedish defender before she handballed it. So that was good. Yeah, that was better from the ref. Niall, Shamrock Rovers are playing tonight. Not on my telly, they're not. Jake, Barca losing out on Nico. Does that mean they want Diaz, Key? Yeah, I would imagine. Diaz is one that they'll look at. Ray Nasoro, there is a service going on at Anfield. I am working, so won't be there. I didn't know there was a service in Anfield as well. Ray, do you remember the story of Emiliano Sala when he was meant to go to Cardiff? Of course, yeah. Emiliano Sala still very much fresh in people's memories, of course, as well. Lisha, I mean, do you now think that's Rashford out the door? Don't see him coming back, because I do see a way he will settle for another shirt. You do think he would settle for another shirt? Well, to be honest, mate, I think Rashford has made his position clear that he would need paying up, wouldn't he, to go? I think that's his position. His position is he's on an absolutely massive wage, which Manchester United gave him. He has no intention of giving that up, which, again, why would he? So he's saying to Manchester United, look, I'll leave. If you find me a buyer that you're happy with and they'll pay my wages, then fine, I'll go, no problem. But I'm not going to... And there's a lot of boxes there for them to tick, and that's the problem. There's no club in Europe that will give United 40 million quid and give Marcus Rashford anywhere close to 325k a week. Problem. And evidently he doesn't want to go to Saudi yet. And again, that's fine, isn't it? That's fine. So I think Rashford will leave. I always thought he would leave, but I don't think he leaves permanently, if I'm really honest. I think the best solution for all parties is a loan, because that eradicates one of those boxes that needs to be ticked, doesn't it? It means that Rashford doesn't need to go out permanently. He can just go out on loan, and they don't need to pay a big transfer fee. They could maybe just pay United a couple of mil. They might not even pay United anything, but agree to pay his full 325k a week wages. And that might be what happens. Yeah, that might be what happens. And if that is what happens, then Rashford benefits because he goes out to a club that he wants to play for, albeit only temporary. Man United benefit, they get the wages off the books. But Rashford still has 3 years left on his contract. So it's not like he's going anywhere anytime soon. And if I'm really honest, I think he outlasts Amarim at Man United. I think he outlasts Amorim. So I think there's a very good chance he ends up going maybe to a Barcelona, maybe to a Juventus, maybe to a Dortmund, maybe to a wherever it might be. But I think he goes out for a year, probably comes back. Amorim isn't there. And the new manager, whoever it is, will be thinking, well, do you know what? We've got Marcus Rashford, who's just spent a year or two out on loan. He's done quite well. He did all right at Villa. He might go somewhere this year and do very well again. Get into England's World Cup squad, maybe. New manager at Man United next year might come in and go, okay, well, do you know what? Fine, yeah, we'll try to reintegrate you into the squad. I'd rather have you, in the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in, sort of thing. That's the old expression goes. If we're gonna have to pay you this money, I'd rather have you on the bench or maybe in the starting lineup. Samir X69, hi Key, thoughts on Nico's move? There isn't really a move, is there? I'm glad that he's staying with Bilbao. I think that's what we all want to see, innit? And Joe, did you see LFC Owen? I heard about it. Yeah, I heard about it. And I don't know him. No opinion on him, to be honest. I'm just... Yeah. I don't even really want to give him time and talk about it because, again, it just increases more people going and watching him and going looking for him and searching him up, and that helps him, doesn't it? That helps him. There's no such thing as bad press and bad traffic and all that. People will just keep searching him, and yeah, he's going to do all right off the back of it. Samir X69, Barcelona fans are saying he betrayed them. Well, Barcelona fans have been all right with other players betraying their clubs for them, haven't they? They'd have been all right if he'd have stabbed Bilbao in the back, because that is kind of what they were asking Nico Williams to do. That might have been actually what pushed him to stay. But yeah, they're fine. They're fine with players using dirty tactics against their own clubs if it helps them get to Barca, but they don't like it the other way, do they? Joe, he's not a proper Liverpool fan. To be honest, mate, I don't really know what a proper fan is these days anyway. Proper fan. There's somebody who claims to support Liverpool. There's good and bad all around the world, isn't there? I don't think there's really all that much difference. You're either a good person or a bad person. You might wear a red shirt on a weekend or a black and white striped one in your case. Doesn't really make much of a difference. You're either good or you're bad. Samir X69, their new keeper is from their derby rival. No, yes, yeah, Joan Garcia is from Espanyol, so they have no scruples in taking off their rivals and their cross-city rivals, and evidently Joan Garcia didn't see any issue with it either, so maybe they're made for each other. There have been players who've moved, to be fair, cross-city. Chimey, 1, Ulu, V1, Coupion, waste of money. Chimey. Approach with caution. We talked about this. Approach with caution. Oi, oi, oi. So yeah, let's talk about whatever. Let's talk about some other bits and bobs that we've missed today. Just going through Twitter to see what people are talking about, to be honest. Callum, it's going to be very weird with no Jota, and he didn't he leave like Mo said? I don't know what you mean, Callum. It's going to be weird without Jota. That bit, I absolutely agree. That bit's going to be crazy, innit, to be honest, next season. That's the bit that the Arsenal fans are going off about with the whole... Well, not even Arsenal fans, all football fans are talking about the Mikel Arteta interview on Thomas Partey, where Mikel Arteta says, for what Thomas has been through. he deserves lots of praise for what Thomas has been through. So, it's that sort of stuff. Oh, he didn't even leave. Yeah, I mean, Mo's statement was, it was from the heart, wasn't it? You could feel that Mo was very upset. Bazza, which team do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, Bazza. I can see you're a United fan, mate. How are you feeling about Cunha coming in as the new number 10? Samir X69, did you hear the news about Partey? Yeah, we've had a very brief chat about it. Yeah, a very brief chat about it already. Let me know what you're thinking about it, obviously. Pedro Lover, yes, lad, I'm so excited for the 8 PM game today. Should be cinema, of course you are. Tricky Vicky, I'm new. Good to see you, Tricky Vicky. Samir X69, everyone knew about it. I am Kroot, Kanate, Robbo and Salah statements ruined me. Yeah, they were certainly heartfelt. Callum, very crazy 2025, was looking forward to see Jota find form again. Well, I don't know if you've seen, I've just put a video out. I mean, we talked about it briefly last night, but I've just put a TikTok and a tweet and a short out on YouTube talking about Diogo Jota having a collapsed lung for the latter part of last season. And there was a few Liverpool fans, I mean, it wasn't the majority of the fan base, but there was certainly a few Liverpool fans who were a bit disappointed with Jota's form towards the end of the season, again, which is not at all relevant now, but that now massively explains that, and it also shows what an incredibly dedicated professional guy he was. You know, the guy was playing with half his breathing capacity effectively for large parts of the season, or certainly the latter part of the season, and he only just recovered from it in time for his wedding. He was seeing a respiratory physiotherapist who advised him. I think that was why he was driving back, wasn't it? It was because he was driving back from Spain, back through France, and then getting the boat across to England. That was the plan. Him and his brother were going to do the long drive back. I am Kroot. Darwin sat next to Jota in the dressing room, and Darwin's granddad died the day before, apparently. I really hope the club are supporting him along with everyone else. Yeah, absolutely they will. I'm Kroot. Will the club be offering support to players like Kwanzaa and Trent, who've recently left the club? I don't think so. Not particularly. I mean, no more. To be honest, the mad thing is, when you say support, there's not really an awful lot that they can do. There really isn't an awful lot that they can do. Like, and you know, any support that the club could provide is probably available to him at Real Madrid and at Bayer Leverkusen in terms of, you know, qualified help and support, talking to him and stuff like that. That's the stuff that clubs will be able to help with, resources. But that's about it, you know. That's about it. Callum, what would have happened if he got on a plane? Well, I think it was part of the recovery. Again, this is from the limited information. It was an article in Record, which is the Portuguese newspaper yesterday. The physiotherapist that had been treating Jota, a respiratory physiotherapist, had been treating Jota, and confirmed that he had been travelling back as part of this. You know, I don't think he wasn't flying, because if he'd have flown, I assume that would have had some, because it does affect your breathing, doesn't it? If it, you know, it can affect that part of it. Maybe he was more susceptible to infections and things like that because he had this collapsed lung, or he was still recovering from it. Can be quite a long process. So maybe that's why. Yeah, that I'm putting 2 and 2 together there. I could be putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5. But that's what this physio was saying, was that was part of his recovery process, and that's why he was driving back. And they were choosing to drive back late because if he drove back late, it wasn't as hot, and it was, you know, They were just going to take the time. They were staying in a hotel an hour or so beyond where obviously they got to. And then they were going into France the day after. Pedro Lover, Al Hilal have a lot of injury, but they should take care of business today. Sweden coming in down the right-hand side here. There's not really been an awful lot happening, to be honest, in these opening exchanges. 25 minutes in, we've not really had an awful lot. XLC, do Liverpool get money to sign a new striker? I mean, to be honest, mate, that's so far from what you should be thinking about. It's a cooling break now. The players are just having a cooling break. Yeah, in terms of Liverpool getting money, I mean, again, that's so not relevant right now. But clubs have insurance, players have insurance. The players will, his family, Jota's family, and Andre Silva's family will be taken care of massively by their clubs because that's written into their contracts. And the clubs have insurance for this exact situation, yeah. So the insurance will pay out. But again, that's not really a concern. Kieran, Ipswich first signing is a goalkeeper, David Button. But why? He'd be a backup keeper, I think. Oh, he's for the goalkeeping coach. Oh, right, okay. David Button. I was going to say I remember that name. Frobsters, how's it going? Good to see you, Frobsters. It's apparently quite toasty in Geneva because they are people sweating in the crowds. Tour de France Stage 1 tomorrow, live. Not on this channel. Right, hang on one sec. I am Crute. Villa, Barcelona, Chelsea, Lyon and Roma all fined for breaching FFP. Really? It's news to me. I haven't seen that. Oh, Chelsea and Aston Villa hit with hefty fines. Chelsea have been fined €80 million. Ooh. Wow. FFP, yeah. Chelsea, Villa. Villa have been fined €20 million. Chelsea fined €80 million. And it could rise to 91 million if they do not sort out their finances, Chelsea. Wowzers. Bazza, who do you think will win the Euros? I honestly can't see past Spain. We watched Spain last night and Spain were well, far better than Portugal, to be honest. They were unreal. And yeah, it wasn't even close, to be honest. I am Cruz. How much have Chelsea breached if they have to pay that much? I mean, a good fair bit, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they've breached. That's not been stated in the article, but they've breached a fair bit. And we knew that, hadn't we, to be honest? Joe, at least some clubs know how to deal with FFP. Liverpool do. Liverpool haven't been anywhere close to breaching FFP. Ball whipped in. Sweden, it's cleared away by Denmark. Cleared away. Michael, in the 94 World Cup in the States, I'm sure a number of stadiums were indoor stadiums and were air-conditioned. I'm surprised that the FIFA Club World Cup was not played in those stadiums. I'm not sure if there were. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I'm not sure if there were any indoor stadiums used in the 94 World Cup. Maybe you're right. Bogdan, women, I'm out, mate. Good luck. 3-star Reds. Missed that. Keith. What are these Chelsea and Villa fines for? It's for FFP. Yeah, it's for FFP. Breaches to FFP. Financial fair play. So Chelsea have been fined 80 million. Villa 20 million. I am Crute. There's a petition going round to ban the Daily Mail from Anfield and Molineux after yesterday. I mean, that's not really terribly surprising. And I'd quite like that. But to be honest, I don't think... The problem is, it wasn't just the Daily Mail, you know. It wasn't just the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail were bad. But you had the Daily Mail doing it. The Daily Mirror were doing it. Obviously, the Sun knows no bounds. But it's all of them. There's all of them. You just there's not really that many journalists with integrity. And do you know why it is? It's kind of our fault, to be honest. It is our fault a little bit. It's because we have become so sensationalist that we want this like outrage media, and we always want whoever's fastest. Like, it should be about whoever's the most accurate, but it's not. It's about whoever's fastest, and that's why when journalists see news breaking, they just tweet what they know, or they just put out what they know straight away, rather than, you know, actually doing a bit of digging and then publishing the story with full context and the proper, you know, all that. That didn't happen, and that happened a lot yesterday. There was all sorts of awful stories going around yesterday, and just stuff that, you know, eventually never proved to be true, thankfully. But there was all sorts of stuff happening, and it was coming from people who were maybe considered to be credible sources. But yeah, as you say, the fact that people took pictures of his grieving widow, his grieving wife outside of a mortuary, in what world is that justified? Like, in what who's that for? Who wants to see that? But it's a world where people will literally read articles about Justin Bieber sat in a cafe eating beans on toast or whatever. And that's the world we live in, so therefore paparazzis and journalists will respond to that, won't they? Chimey, the Spanish women play like the men, hard to explain, but the only two women's teams that play as good as the men's teams is England and Spain. Christ, if England's women play as good as the England men's, then they're definitely not going to win. J-Star Trading, guess Chelsea should have hired City's lawyers. Hayden, Oasis back in 3 hours. Gracian, Lewandowski or Benzema, mate? Benzema. Yeah, quite clearly for me. Chimey, in club football, it is Barca and Arsenal. They're the two better teams. Honestly, I don't know. I couldn't have said to you who the best women's club teams were. Michael, when Everton and Nottingham Forest were charged with breaching FFP, they were docked points. Who is it that Chelsea and Aston Villa have not been docked points for the new season? Because it's not them, it's UEFA who fined them. So there's two sets of rules, effectively, Michael. There's the Premier League's rules, and there is UEFA's rules. And as I understand it, the view from the clubs in the Premier League is that the Premier League's rules are quite lax. They're quite lax. And they've all got different deadlines as well, by the way. They're all sort of monitored in different ways, which is mad. But basically, the Premier League's rules are considered quite lax, quite easy to circumnavigate, quite easy to get around. Like, for example, this selling of hotels and selling of women's teams to companies who are in the same group, so that you can put the losses on their balance sheet and not on Chelsea's official football club. It's that sort of stuff. And by the way, a majority of Premier League clubs voted for that to be allowed. So that's our fault for allowing that. That's not like a loophole that, you know, some clubs get and others don't. No, the majority of clubs voted to allow that stuff to happen. But basically, it's considered that the Premier League have quite lax rules that are easy to circumnavigate, but if you do break them, the punishments are really, really strict. Whereas UEFA, it's considered the opposite. It's considered that UEFA have quite difficult rules to get around. But it's not the end of the world if you break them, because you just get a fine, you get a slap on the wrist. There's not really anything that they do. So it's a little bit of that. So Chelsea probably won't be worrying all that much, because there's probably an appeal, there's probably ways they can avoid, and 80 million quid's probably neither here nor there to them anyway. I am Crute. I can fully imagine Slot and Pereira banning the paper. To be honest, they seem like two classy blokes. I just don't think it makes that much of a difference. So I agree with you. They probably will do, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference, because it's systemic. It's not about one paper or two papers. They're all kind of just journalists who used to work for the Sun now work for the Daily Mail. Journalists who now work for the Daily Mail may go off and work for the Daily Mirror or whatever. So you can't ban them. It's people who write these things, and then it gets approved and all sorts. It's mad. Michael, we've done that one, sorry. 3-star Reds, if it is FFP, then surely that means points deductions for both. After all, that was the outcome for two other Premier League clubs. Sorry, calling you Keith, mate. Thought it was your name, not Key, or Kieran, whatever way you want to call me. But yeah, I laughed at Keith because I used to get called Keith, just as a laugh, to be honest. Just a mad name. Don't know anyone called Keith. It's a name that's dying out a little bit, isn't it? But yeah, no. Feel free to continue calling me Keith. But yeah, I think it's not a fine from the Premier League, to be clear. It's a fine from UEFA. I am Crute. I don't know how the journos don't see what they're doing is evil. It's so insensitive. I mean, look, there's some journalists who justify it by saying, "Well, I've got a family to pay for. I've got a family to look after. I've got to make my bill. I've got to make my family's wages and all that sort of stuff." So, when you think of it like that, that's their justification. Now, I'm not saying that is justified, but that is in their head. They're just working. So, as long as there's people who will watch this stuff and read this stuff, which is on us, as a society, if we keep watching and reading while they produce this nonsense, they'll keep producing it. That's it. It literally is us who create this nonsense. Like, there's a market for this nonsense. So, I absolutely promise you, if the whole of the UK responded by saying that is unacceptable and there needs to be a punishment for it and blah, 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 like, it wouldn't happen again. But they've not, because there are millions of people, I guarantee, who read that article. and who shared that article and commented and liked and all that. Be yourself, Dylan. Newspapers can rip people off and make up a quote. I've had it happen before. Wow. I've never had that happen. Thankfully, I've never been famous to deal with that, but I can imagine that wasn't very nice, mate. That guy, Jack, did you see the Partey news? Yes, yeah, we've talked about the Partey news. We can talk about it if you want to talk about it. I mean, but as far as we've mentioned so far, it just feels like the Thomas Partey thing it's still ongoing, so there's not really an awful lot you can say about it. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. Until we know, we don't know. Scar W, name a footballer, just not Andre Silva or Jota. Conrad Harder. I remember when Klopp came in, the Sun came into one of his press conferences. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. And he called them out, didn't he? That guy, Jack562, sorry to ask this, but are you okay? You don't look that great today, sorry. Cheers, mate. No, I'm fine, thank you, yeah. Be yourself, Dylan. Footballers play football, but sometimes we forget they have families too. Absolutely, yeah. Very, very fair point, Dylan. 3-star Reds, we've done that one, sorry. Diamond, give me a footballer for an edit. I don't know, Mauricio Isla. Get these people who come in asking for an edit. I'm just hoping that if I give increasingly strange and bizarre names, it'll stop. Who's better, Savinho or Amad Diallo? Amad Diallo. Savinho's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I am Crute. First thing I did today was check Twitter to see if yesterday actually happened. Yeah, I know quite a few who felt the same, myself included. Right, what's going on here? Oh, why is the camera gone all doolally again? Come on. There you go, that's a bit better. Do you think Dumfries will go to Barca? Well, they want, what is it, 30 million quid for him? He's 29. I don't think so. No. Can't see it. Right, free kick to Sweden here, just outside the area, left-footed. The number 2, the fullback stepping up to take it. Great shot, and what a save! What an absolute worldie of a save. That was from the Danish keeper, Bay, I think her name is, B-A-Y. It's a wonderful shot. And I tell you something, that's a fabulous save. It's a really good save. That was top bins, that. That was top bins. She flew and, yeah, good save. Really, really good save. And from the corner, it's gone out for a goal kick. Ostermorg, they've got Koundé, don't they? Yes, they do have Koundé. Ryan McKinley, but 25 million is a bargain. It's not really for the 29-year-old. And I don't think he's not really that good, in my opinion. Yeah, he's not really that good. Oh, I can't. I have to say though, I know what you're saying about the women's Euros has been you know entertaining, and so has the FIFA Club World Cup, albeit for different reasons. The FIFA Club World Cup's been a bit of a letdown, hasn't it, to be honest, but at least it's been some sort of football. I am just really, really looking forward to competitive football coming back. Proper competitive club football. Like, the Champions League is back in like a week's time. Less than that, not even a week. I think it's Shelbourne against Linfield in the first round of the Champions League. We're doing that game. I think it's on the 9th, 5 days' time. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait. Yeah, it's going to be great, that. We'll do the Champions League games. What other Champions League games are there? I forgot to I don't think we've covered which Champions League games there are. Because there's quite a few. Champions League and 25-26 qualifying. Right, so first qualifying round, we've got TNS of Wales against Skendia. Ryan, what team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. So we've got TNS against Skendia. That's on the 8th of July. So we could do that on the 8th. What other games are there? Shelbourne against Linfield is on the 9th. So we'd probably do that. TNS on the 8th. And on the 9th, it's going to be Linfield. Michael, does the 25-26 season finish earlier due to the World Cup? I don't believe so, no. To be honest, I don't think they've confirmed the official dates of the World Cup. There you go. No, they have actually. It's the 11th of June 2026 to the 19th of July 2026. That's when it's being played next year. So, I don't know. Maybe they will, yeah. Maybe they will. Ostermog, what? Oh, my dad played for TNS. Did he play against Liverpool then? Did he play against Liverpool? I went to the game between Liverpool and TNS when Liverpool played him in the Champions League. Michael, Kieran, are you happy with the new Champions League format, or do you want it to go back to the group stage? I quite like it, Michael, if I'm really honest. Yeah, I quite enjoy it. I thought it was a resounding success last year. A resounding success. I mean, one of the issues with it is obviously that Liverpool finished top and we ended up playing PSG. But other than that, I've got to say I was pretty happy with it. It was good. Do you not think so? I thought it was really good. Ryan, what do you think of Nico Williams? He's a player who obviously feels very strongly about his hometown club, and he's decided to stay at Bilbao. So good on him. It's good to see players rejecting big teams, big clubs in favour of the home. I like that. It's nice. It's good. You want to see more of that in football, don't we? We want to see a bit more of that. But as a player, I just think he's all right. I don't think he's anything particularly special, if I'm dead honest. Well, this has been, I've got to say, quite comfortably one of the worst halves of football we've done at the Women's Euros so far. Barely a shot on target, apart from that one free kick, which was maybe 30 yards out. It's been pretty poor. Yeah, it's been pretty poor. Ryan, João Pedro to Chelsea. Yeah, right. João Pedro to Chelsea, I don't think makes that much of a difference to Chelsea, though. Do you? How do you feel about it? I think he makes that much of a difference. He's not a game changer. Good player. Decent player. But maybe a little bit like Havertz for Arsenal. Just decent. No more. Doesn't actually kick them on at all. Long ball forward by the Swedes. Denmark clear it away. Ryan, I think he just went for Champions League football. That's true. Yeah, that's probably true. And the money. And it's in London. You know, it's a bigger club, isn't it, than Brighton. So, yeah, definitely the better option for him. But I just don't think they're particularly... I don't think they need him. It's mad that... I think it's mad that Arsenal are going to end up signing Madueke, though. You seen that? Arsenal about to sign Madueke. What do we make of that? Right, we're approaching half-time here now. We've got 2 more minutes to the end of the first half. If you haven't yet, by the way, if you're watching on TikTok, if you haven't yet, go and give us a follow on X, on YouTube, and give us a follow on TikTok too if you're not already. And same for if you're on YouTube. Make sure you followed, make sure you subscribed, give us a like. And yeah, hopefully you stick around for a little bit. Nanny Plum's just followed the live creator. Cheers, Nanny Plum. Ostermarg is another player that doesn't really have a set position as well. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Michael, I would change part of the structure of the Champions League format by seeding teams. That way Liverpool, despite finishing top, would avoid playing stronger clubs like PSG until the quarter-final. But isn't that... I mean, that kind of did happen. I mean, Liverpool ultimately played a team in... like, look right down the end of the table. It's just that PSG so happened to be... They had an awful group stage, didn't they, PSG? They finished one of the worst teams in the tournament. In the league phase. They were shocking. They were absolutely shocking. And they only just qualified by the skin of their teeth. So yeah, I you know, I don't know if there's much more UEFA could do about that. And do you know what? And also, I've got to say, I don't know if that's the right way to be. Like, I think you've got to beat the best to be the best. So, what I would love to see is a return to the Champions League draws. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I like the... I liked the mystery of the Champions League draw. Did you not? I always enjoyed that. I always enjoyed, you know, finding out who we've got in the next round, whereas... It's not that mystery's kind of gone a little bit with the group stage, hasn't it? With the league phase. Ryan, thoughts on Kudus to Spurs? It'd be a fabulous signing if they can get him for the right price. That guy Jack, we're signing anyone but a striker. I'd actually take Ross Stewart up front at this point. Right, it's half-time here in Geneva. It's Denmark 0, it's Sweden 0. It's been dreadful. It's been pretty awful, to be honest with you. It's been pretty poor. There's not really been a shot on target throughout the game. Yeah. Not been great. Right, let me just move that along, and then we can get back to it. There you go, that's better. How do you choose between incredible matches if they both are played at the same time? I ask you. I ask the audience. So that's what I do. I put polls on YouTube, and I ask people which games they think we should watch. And that is how we usually decide. Like tonight, for example, there's 2 games on. There's Germany against Poland in the UEFA Women's Euros, and there is Fluminense against Al Hilal in the FIFA Club World Cup quarter-final. Now, personal preference, I honestly don't have one. I don't think I'm that bothered about the FIFA Club World Cup. I'm really not. But I know from people who've asked that they would prefer watching the Club World Cup tonight. So that's what we're doing. We're switching back from the Women's Euros, which we've watched every game of so far. We're going to watch Fluminense against Al Hilal. And then tomorrow, I need to do my schedule on YouTube. Tomorrow we have got what games are we doing tomorrow? Saturday the 5th, right? So Saturday the 5th. First off, we've got PSG against Bayern Munich. That's at 5. And there's also Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund at 9. However, that's the big question. Do we watch France women v England women in the UEFA Women's Euros group? It's the first game with England women. The first game, England women, who are second favourites for the tournament, against France women, who are fourth favourites for the tournament. Do we watch that one? Or do we watch Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund? So that's the question. That is the question. Ryan, how do you have this much free time? I quit my job to do this, Ryan. Yeah, I quit my job to do this. I was a sales director in the city for a long, long time, and I quit my job to do this. So, and that's how I have that much. And to be honest, I could probably do this job with working as well. I could probably do it and work as well, because it's all the games are on at like 4 p.m. onwards. So you could work maybe 7 till 4 and you'd still be all right. Lisha, hey Key, when are the halftime games being debuted? I'm going to do them from the start of the season now. I was going to do them over this sort of July period, but I don't know, mate. To be honest, I'll level with you. I had a lot of plans, and it's kind of all... They went a bit doolally yesterday. The news yesterday just kind of threw me. And I had loads of stuff that I was thinking about, and I just didn't really think about much else yesterday. So, to be honest, I don't know. I've kind of put all that on just hiatus for a little bit. Chimey, I'm backing Fluminense. What, tonight? Has our mate give us a prediction yet, Chimey? I don't think he has he yet? As far as I'm aware. Oh, no. Right, okay. Where do you think Sunderland will place in the Prem? Where do I think Sunderland will place in the Prem? Well, I'll level with you. Before maybe the past couple of weeks, I reckon I'd have said you were certainties to go down. Yeah. And I don't like saying that, because if I'm really honest, I think Sunderland, or I like Sunderland maybe more so than any of the other promoted teams. I really love, I think Mayenda's a great young player, you know. Mayenda's brilliant. I really like Rig. I really like Dan Neil. I like Ballard. There's a lot of players at Sunderland that I've got a lot of time for. And I probably would have said that they're probably going to go down just because of how young your squad is. I didn't really think you had enough Prem experience, enough sort of top flight experience in the ranks to kind of get it done. However, you've obviously gone out, you've signed Diarra, I'm not sure about Lefay, but Diarra I think is a very, very good signing. It looks like Bulker's not going to happen. There's rumours about Cresswell. There's rumours about Abline. There's lots of other rumours going on with Sunderland that suggest maybe they could make a really good fist of it in the Premier League next season. Prediction-wise, I'd still say you've got a chance of staying up. You got a chance. Certainly more so than you did anyway. Proper gutted David has gone Juve. It was my dream Villa signing. Guess it's Samu Agahawa for us now. Or don't get Samu. Samu's shocking. Ostermorg, if Sunderland keep doing business like they're doing right now, they'll stay up. Yeah. To be honest, Leeds and Sunderland have done some good picks so far. I mean, Matthijs Sublime is the one that I'm really looking forward to seeing whether or not they get done. He's the player that I think could make a difference for him. Jack the Butter Boy, who do you think wins the Euros? Who do I think wins the Euros? I think Spain women. Yeah, I can't see past Spain women. Chimey, his picks are losing. So have you fully written that off now then? have you fully written that off? Have you fell out with it? Diogo Jota's funeral is tomorrow in Portugal, where he will be laid to rest with his brother. It's not open to the public though, but his teammates are attending. Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine they would be flying from all over the place to go and see and sort of spend time with his family and whatever. So, yeah, that's the right thing for the club to do. FM No Casual. Oh, sorry, hang on a minute. I would love Goncalo Ramos at Villa, but doubt he would come to us. Worth a try. Goncalo Ramos would do brilliantly in the Premier League, I think. Yeah. FM No Casual. Tempted to make a George Whitebread account. It's got to be one, hasn't there? Hey up, son. You'll never play for Yorkshire. No offence. Oh. Lucky I had all this coffee. Otherwise, I'd have never been able to... I can't even say that, can I? Oh. I'll get the lard. Ryan McKinley, IGCG. No worries, Ryan. Take it easy, mate. See you later. Lisha, sorry for that, mate. Should have read the rear bit. Just thought you said you were going to do it. No, mate. You don't have to apologise. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely... Don't worry about it. No problem. You don't need to apologise at all. Lucas Lambert. What is this on, mate? It's on ITV, Lucas. Yeah, it's on ITV. Have you seen him as a therapist? I think I have, yeah. I think I have. I must have. I've seen all of it. I've seen all the Harry Enfield stuff and all the fast shows. I can quote all the I mean, that's literally a lot of the rest of my days are. You know, apart from doing football stuff and planning and thumbnails and content creation and whatever, it's usually me sending voice notes to my mates of like fast show quotes and stuff like that. Just stupid stuff. Just stupid stuff that we watched when we were growing up. Yeah. Lucas Lambert, thanks, mate. Are you doing Germany versus Poland? I don't think I am going to do Germany versus Poland. No, I'm going to be doing Fluminense against Al Hilal in the Club World Cup. I think that's the game I'm going to focus on. So, yeah, we're not going to do Germany and Poland. We're going to do Al Hilal Fluminense. And obviously, if people want to... I mean, I could put it to a poll. I could ask people. I'm kind of game for doing either, but feels like I think we did it the other night, didn't we? And most people were pretty happy enough to do Fluminense. Jack, would Alex Ferguson attend the funeral, rivals aside? I mean, I'm sure he would. It's not. Honestly, the whole rivalry thing is overplayed, mate. It's humans. We're human to human, isn't it? Human to human. Like, you just don't want to. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference what team you support, I don't think. Lucas, can we do a poll? I mean, we can do a poll. But I think it would be overwhelmingly voting for Fluminense and Al Hilal, to be honest. But we'll do it, and maybe I'll be surprised. There you go. Polls on YouTube. Let me know what you're thinking. Which game should we watch tonight? We can watch Germany against Poland women, or we can watch Fluminense against Al Hilal. Get over to YouTube and vote. It's live on there right now, and you can decide which game we watch at 8 p.m. tonight. Is it going to be Germany-Poland in the UEFA Euro Women's Euros, or is it going to be Fluminense v Al Hilal in the Club World Cup? Go and vote. Let me know. Shivan, how's it going, Shivan? Hello, how are you? I am very good, Shivan. Good to see you. Hopefully you are too. Lucas, how long is it up to? We'll just leave it running to the end of the game. Yeah, just leave it running, see what people think. Jack, the butter boy, are you doing England versus France or Real Madrid v Dortmund tomorrow night? So that is a big question. That is a big question, and I'll need to ask the audience that tomorrow, right? Maybe because we'll do the 5 o'clock game, right? We'll do PSG against Bayern Munich. That one we'll do. That's at 5 p.m. So we'll do 5 p.m. PSG Bayern Munich. After that, or during that game, we'll do a poll, and I'll ask people, which game do you want me to watch? Do you want to watch England-France in the Women's Euros at 8 p.m? Or do you want to watch Real Madrid against... Where's my head gone? Yeah, Real Madrid against Dortmund at 9. So it's either 8 p.m. England, Real Madrid-Dortmund at 9. I mean, in theory, we could do Real Madrid against Dortmund and watch the first half of England and France. I mean, I'm happy to do that. We could do that. Jack, you're not doing Wales versus Netherlands. No, I won't be doing Wales versus Netherlands tomorrow. Because, to be honest, that one feels like a... Real Madrid versus Dortmund is an 8 p.m. kickoff. It's not. It's a 9 p.m. kickoff, mate. It's a 9 p.m. kickoff. Kingsloth, I'm flying back home from having a sunny week away. Please tell me it's not raining over there. Whereabouts are you from? Because if you're anywhere near I am in the northwest, Kingsloth, it is bouncing it down. And it's been windy all day. Kieran, sorry, not saying much. I'm having a proper cleaning day whilst having you on the TV. That's very, very kind of you, mate. I'm quite surprised by that, you know. Quite surprised by how many games people watch me on or how many people watch me on the telly. I was shocked by that, because you can see on the old YouTube analytics when I have a look, I can see how many people watch me on what devices and stuff. And about 20% of our viewers on this channel are on TV. Which is, it's cool. Christ knows what I look like on widescreen. I'm bad enough on my little laptop here, so how good I look on 4K widescreen, I don't know. Terrible. Right, Sweden are coming forward here now. And Denmark win it back. Jack the Butter Boy, Club World Cup is a friendly tournament, but will still be interesting. No, I agree. Listen, mate, I'll be honest. You'll not find a more stronger, advocate for calling the Club World Cup what it is, absolute garbage, than I hate it. I didn't think it was any good at all. I think it is a friendly tournament. I'm not entirely sure it carries on beyond this, to be honest. There's a very, very good chance this is the first and the last FIFA Club World Cup. Certainly a lot of, La Liga's president, Javier Tebas, he came out the other day and said, this will be the last FIFA Club World Cup. That is my objective. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. The audiences don't like it. The sponsors aren't getting good value for money. There's no time in the calendar. It's affecting the players' health. It's affecting all this sort of stuff. So he said, if it's anything to do with me, my goal is to get it. This is the end. This is the first and the last time. It'll never happen again. So that's from La Liga's president. And I imagine they do have some swing in these things. King Sloth, are you watching the Man United mini pre-season tournament? It's live on Sky. Probably not, no. Probably not. We've got a lot of good football on. A lot of good football on over the next couple of weeks. Over the next month. And a lot of it is competitive. So I don't think we will watch really many pre-season friendlies. We might do a couple, but not many. There is live football on every single day. Live club competitive football on every single day. Kingsloth, Manchester. I think I'll be a return flight when I land then. Where have you been? Have you been anywhere nice? Lisha, are they the mic where you tap on the top to mute? You've got the... Yes, that's exactly the one. You just go like that and the light goes off and it mutes it for me. Yeah. But it's not hooked up to this. So the audio quality on that is not going to be great. This is hooked up to YouTube. So the audio quality and the video quality is better on YouTube. And you just kind of... TikTok get the... Yeah, the dregs. It's more competitive than the Club World Cup, I agree. Yeah, the Man United mini tournament probably will be. Rubes, you look beautiful. Ah, thank you. Kieran, Michael Keane's just signed a 1-year deal for Everton. Good grief. 1 year, another 1 year for Michael Keane. Do you know what? Everton have offered a new contract to pretty much everyone that left the club. Michael Keane, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he turned it down. Idrissa Gana Gueye, it looks like he's going to stay. We don't know that yet, but it looks like he might stay. Ashley Young, apparently they offered him a contract. He rejected it. Decore, they offered a contract. He rejected it. And they're working on a deal to bring Jack Harrison back to the club on loan again from Leeds. Goodness me. Kingsloth, I've been on a tour around Italy. I wanted to return when the Prem restarted, but didn't plan it well. No kidding, you've left a good month or so before that. A tour around Italy, though, that sounds wonderful. Sounds really nice. Rubes, Thomas Partey is going to prison. We don't know that yet, Rubes. We don't know yet. We don't know that yet. We can't definitively say. Shivan, hopefully my future wife scores in this game. Is your future wife playing? Otherwise, that could be a particularly creepy comment. Razine, hiya mate, had a worse day today. Gotta say, whoever sees Barca as a second choice is no longer in service for us. Is there not a little party that kind of respects the decision, Razine? So you know, he's chosen to stay with the club that he is loyal to. That's gotta, you know, it's nice, isn't it? Like Totti staying with Roma. Shivan, yes, she is from Sweden. And does she play for the Swedish women team? If so, what is her name? What's her name? What's the lady's name that you're currently seeing that is in this match? If so, I'll be very... I mean, that'll be amazing. Sweden! Oh, cleared away. Jack the Butter Boy, the Club World Cup has been going on for years. I know, but not like this. It hasn't. Not like this. It's usually only one European team, and it's you know, this is a much more expanded version of it. And it's done for a reason. It's so that FIFA can maximise sponsorship. Kingsloth, I know I'm booking somewhere else. I can't stand not having the Prem in my life. I like that. Yeah, just go away. Just get, you know, get out the country for a couple of months. That'd be perfect. Dan plays YouTube. Hey man, good to see you, Dan. Good to see you. How are things? Do you know what you should go to? Seriously, I've heard wonderful, wonderful things about Montenegro. Go to Montenegro. Kingsloth, I do it every international break as well. Good on you, mate. Well done. I wish I could. But yeah, I was gonna say I've heard really really good things about Montenegro. That's where Milos Kerkez went on holiday as well. Before he moved to Liverpool, he was in Montenegro. To be honest, a lot of Eastern Europe at this time of year as well. Eastern Europe is absolutely beautiful. Really, really lovely. Dan plays YouTube, all good. Your thoughts on the Al Hilal match? My pick is full-time draw. I've gone for Al Hilal to qualify. I think Al Hilal qualify in terms of 90 minutes. I think it could be maybe 2-1 to Al Hilal. Maybe it goes to extra time. Who knows? Bryn, Nike, lad. Good to see you, Bryn. Are you feeling any better, mate? I know it's only been maybe 45 minutes or so since we spoke, but hopefully you're feeling a bit better. Get some soup. Get some soup and a brew. And just put your feet up. King Sloth, cheaper than staying at home. Onye, how you doing today, Key, mate? I am very good, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I am really, really good. I mean, I would have been much better off if we'd have had a decent game on, but this has been shocking. It's been really poor, Sweden and Denmark. Rubes, go to Malta. Malta, yeah, Malta I've never been, but I've heard good things. I've heard very, very good things. Razine, he used our club as a leverage to get a better offer from Athletic. He said that he is crazy to join the club and willing for any transfer negotiations. By the way, he's doing this twice now. It's over with us and Nico forever. Wowzers. Okay, well, that's him told. That's him told. So do you think you'll go in for Luis Diaz now? Because that seems to be the rumours doing the rounds here in the UK. Do you think that Barca now go in? What a goal that is from Sweden. What a goal that is from Sweden. That is absolutely splendid. A lovely little 1-2 around the edge of the box. It was a fantastic little run. And nice little triangle. One-touch stuff around the edge of the box. They just sped the play up. And to be honest, that's been what this tournament has been quite good at. Surprisingly, the ball has moved incredibly quick. They've been much sharper in possession. And it's Angeldal. It's Angeldal who sticks it away. Philippa Angeldal, the Real Madrid midfielder, former Manchester City midfielder, smashed it into the bottom corner. Lovely little 1-2, right on the edge of the box. Give and go. Gets it back, right-footed. Bang, bottom corner. And there you go, Sweden 1-0 up. Rubes, did you say this game was rubbish? I did, yeah, I did. Chimey Tolga said Denmark would win. You've absolutely lost your head with him, haven't you? Oh, no. Mate, I was quite detached to it. Because I always kind of doubted a little bit that it would be. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not theatre as he claims it is. Maybe it's actually just, I guess he's got a system. And that system is maybe not foolproof, but it works to a point. Maybe it's just a good predictor. I'd be interested to understand exactly what the process is for how he works it out. Razine, what's the situation there with Luis Diaz? As Jota is no more pool, we'll keep him, won't transfer him out. I'd rather go for a pure winger like Leao instead of a player like Rashford who plays more in the half space. I mean, look, we honestly don't know what the situation is with Luis Diaz, apart from the fact that Bayern Munich. Oh, thank you, whoever's just sent that. I really appreciate that. King Sloth, what a guy. Yeah, we don't know the situation with Luis Diaz. All that we know is that Bayern Munich made an inquiry and Liverpool flat out rejected it. But we don't know if they rejected it in terms of saying he's not available at any price, or he's not available at that price, come back with a better offer, and maybe he will be. Generally speaking, clubs don't make inquiries if they've not had some form of encouragement. Bryn can't taste anything. Get yourself... Do you know what? I mean, this didn't work. I've had COVID a good few times, Bryn. But one of the times that I did have it, and I lost my sense of taste, I got like the hottest curry I could handle. And it kind of came back a little bit. It was a nice feeling. You could actually taste it. But I did that the second time when I got it, and I lost my sense of taste. And I didn't taste anything. I ended up getting a Vindaloo. This is no... I swear to God. Wife was laughing her head off at me. I got a Vindaloo. Didn't feel it at all going in. Felt it coming out. I'm sorry. So you gotta be careful. But yeah, don't go too strong with it. But a curry's not bad if you're feeling fluey. King Sloth, Montenegro, I will check it out. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Montenegro's beautiful. Kieran, how bad has this game been? It's been pretty bad. Yeah, it's been pretty bad. It's been, obviously Sweden have got the goal and it's not been terrible in the second half, but it's not been fantastic. Rosine, throwback to 2021 when Gini Wijnaldum had reached agreement with Barca and Fabrizio said, here we go as well, then ends up signing for PSG because of a better offer. Shows that Fabrizio isn't right all the time. Lisha, what is a Vindaloo? A Vindaloo is probably the second hottest curry that you can get. Probably the second hottest. Yeah, Vindaloo is a very, very hot tomato-based curry. Usually it's got a bit of chicken in or a bit of lamb or something, whatever you have with it. But you just put it with a bit of rice and it... Yeah. Makes my mouth water just thinking about that. But a Vindaloo is absolutely gorgeous. Bryn will swerve it. Yeah, probably wise. I was going to say, if you've got flu, or COVID, sometimes you're sweating and all sorts, so the last thing you need is another thing that'll make you sweat. Chimey, but he had 3 correct score 3 games in a row before this terrible run. Exactly, and this is why I'm saying I don't think the guy is making anything up or whatever. I just think maybe the process, the formula that he's got, it isn't foolproof. He probably does have a formula and it is probably relatively successful. But it's not theatre, is it? We know this now. It isn't theatre. It isn't all scripted. It isn't all rigged. It isn't all known beforehand. Or maybe it is, and his process isn't as good. I don't know. But I agree with you that he's had some good wins and some not so good, and for that reason, that's fine. That's no problem. I don't have anything against him for that. King Sloth, on that idea of halftime bingo, you should do winner gets one of your footy shirts. Might be an idea. I mean, to be honest, I've been thinking about that. About giving away footy shirts. And about what the best thing would be to do it, or how to do it in a way that kind of rewards the people who've been here for a while, or maybe rewards... Because, to be honest, I don't know what the best way to do it is. There's not really a right answer, I guess. I guess I'm just hoping you lot will be patient and I might get some things wrong. But I'm going to be doing an FPL league, a Fantasy Premier League, for all of us. We'll do that closer to the season when that starts to come out. Off the line. Sweden should have been 2-0 up there. It was a corner whipped in. Oh, unlucky. Sweden should have been 2 up there. But yeah, I'm thinking about that. J-Star Trading, have you ever had a foul? I haven't had a foul. I have had a taste of a foul, though. I literally dipped my finger in a foul and tasted it, and it was wow. So yeah, absolutely not. My dad used to do many moons ago, like 25 years ago. He about 25 years ago, he used to deliver for our local Indian on a weekend, and I went in, and I was on good terms with the guys who ran it. They were from Bangladesh and they lived in Blackburn. They were great guys. and he used to get his mum from Bangladesh sending over these chilies that he'd put in the fowl, and they were absolutely, he literally had to wear gloves to cut them. They were the hottest thing ever, the absolutely hottest thing ever. And he literally used to like dice them up so fine and just put like a couple of them in a fowl. And then he said people come in, usually after they've been round town, they'd come in bladdered, absolutely steaming, and they would order what they'll just go, what's the hottest curry you've got? Give us the hottest curry you've got. And he'd give him it. He'd say, well, listen, I'll be honest, I don't think you want it. And they'd go, just give it me. And they'd be abusive sometimes and say awful things. We'd give him this fowl, he'd give him this like hottest thing he'd done. Oh, and they came back. They came back the day after, usually apologising and saying, please don't give me that again if I come in drunk next week. Bryn, have you ever smelt a Thai fruit called a durian? Yes, I have. Vomit fruit it's called, isn't it, the durian? Yes, I have. I've never eaten it, but it's got a texture of like custard, hasn't it, inside? Yeah, no, I've smelt it though. I've smelt it. Yeah, no, not for me. Dragon fruit as well. Dragon fruit's another... Is that Thai? I think that's Thai as well, isn't it? Looks weird, but yeah, dragon fruit I've had as well. You can get them in Costco. 3-star Reds, apparently, article saying Forest should look at spending Elanga money on Harvey Elliott. Fell off my chair laughing after reading it. 55 million would not get Harvey Elliott's laces. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Mate, if you bid 55 million for Harvey Elliott, you'd get him. You'd get him. You would get him, and that wouldn't be that would be a very smart move actually for Nottingham Forest. A very, very smart move. Kieran, apparently Palace have put a bid in for Ajax's Borna Sosa. Nice. Rubes, you don't get anything wrong here. You're perfect. That's very nice of you to say. I absolutely do, though. Michael, the news is saying Partey is a former Arsenal player. Did he leave Arsenal? Yes, he left Arsenal. He's out of contract. They have announced these charges against Thomas Partey literally maybe a few days after his contract at the club has ended. Chance! Oh, she's got to score! Ah, so poor. Really poor. She had to put that one away. Diving header at the back stick. It was the number 7 who very nearly got done for the handball in the first half. She really should have put that away. Diving header, 6 yards out. You've got to get that on target. Got to get that on target. SCFC Martin, Stockport fan. Good to see you, Martin. Nice to have a Stockport fan in. Lucas Lambert, how many good minutes could you do at the minute in the Club World Cup? How many good minutes? I don't know what that means. Reece, Arteta is getting slated because of Partey. Reece, I refuse to admit Partey played for my club now. Are you... I have to say I do feel a limited, and I mean a very, very limited amount of sympathy for Arsenal. Maybe not so much Arteta, because Arteta could have he could have managed it better, I think, in hindsight. But Arsenal as a football club, as a business, if there's no charges against the player, it's really, really difficult for them to do anything that actually kind of like... It's going to be so tough for him to suspend him, you know, or anything like that. There would be repercussions for Arsenal if they did that. There'd be repercussions for him. It's so difficult for the club, and I'm sure they will have taken legal advice to say what actually can we do within this, you know. And again, you know, we've seen players being charged before and not found guilty of things exactly like this. Benjamin Mendy. You know, I don't think charges were ever brought against Gylfi Sigurdsson, were they either, for Everton? I don't think charges ever actually got brought against him. I think he was arrested, but I don't think he ever had charges brought against him. I think the FA decided to suspend him, but that was it. Like, it wasn't anything Everton did. It was the FA who suspended him while an investigation was ongoing. But yeah, Benjamin Mendy, that one was kind of overturned. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Jake, prefer Elanga. Reese, I'd have loved if Arsenal got Elanga. Bryn, we just got rid, mate. Well, no, I know, but he was at Everton for a long time, wasn't he? He left because of the end of his contract, didn't he? I could be wrong on that, Bryn, but I'm almost certain he didn't actually. He stayed. He stayed an Everton player, suspended for about 18 months. He was suspended for about 18 months, and or however long it was, and then his contract ended and off he went. I'm sure Everton explored the opportunity of maybe suing him for gross misconduct or breach of contract or whatever. But yeah, they never ended up doing it, and I don't think he was ever charged. So yeah, it's yeah, it's tough. It is tough. It's tough to call. Cheers for coming across, Bryn. Appreciate that, mate. Chimey, I am 1000% sure that if Mount is given 10 games in Bruno's spot, our team will improve. Mount. See, I think, yeah, United fans turning against Bruno a little bit now. He's gone from being the best, the absolute best midfielder, the best thing since sliced bread, to maybe he ends up getting forced out of United by the end of the season. Chimey, if there was no rivalry, Elliott would easily improve United's midfield. He's not midfielder, mate. Harvey Elliott would be one of them 2 number 10s that you want to play behind your centre forward. He's a wide forward, Harvey Elliott. Honestly, you can't put him in a midfield 3. Believe me, I've seen enough of Harvey Elliott at Liverpool to know that he's not a midfielder. He's a wonderful, wonderful player, but he's like Cole Palmer. He needs to start wide and drift in. So he's not going to be a player that hugs the touchline. He's going to be a player that cuts inside and plays that way. And he can be so important for teams in that area. 3-star Reds, totally agree about the curry for COVID. It'll make you take your mind off the COVID as you'll be focusing on the trots instead. Yeah, especially if you go to a dodgy curry place as well, one you've not used before. Rubes, Adam Johnson was the only one to be imprisoned, yeah. And I think with that one as well, again, limited amount of what we can talk about, but he held his hands up to it, didn't he? He admitted guilt. And that was the other issue, is Sunderland supported him all the way through it. And he had apparently told, again, this is all very much alleged, but apparently he'd told the Sunderland chairman that he was going to plead not guilty, and it was all nonsense. And then on the first day of his trial, he went in and held his hand up and said, yeah, it was me. I did it all, or whatever. Bryn, surely LFC not letting Elliott go. Yeah, absolutely, mate. To be honest, I think Harvey Elliott needs to go. Like, I think selfishly I'd want to keep him, but it's the right thing for him and his career. He's not going to get in ahead of Mo Salah. He's not going to play. JC, United fans love Bruno. I don't think they do. I'm telling you, they're still regretting that he didn't move on for £100 million to Al Hilal. They could have done with that money. Emiliano, guten Tag, Emiliano. How's it going? Good to see you. Dan, see you in Al Hilal stream, mate. Got some work. Okay, Dan, no problem. Take it easy, Dan Vance. Right, we are in the last 20 minutes of this one. Denmark 0, Sweden 1. It's looking like it's going to be the Swedes who take this one, if I'm really honest. I can't see Denmark coming back into it. Sweden have had a chance cleared off the line. They've had a couple of big chances to try and kill the game off, and they've just not been able to so far. But they look far more likely to do so than Denmark anyway. I like that Sweden kit. Brain, it's like watching paint dry. It has been bad this stream. It has been really, really bad this stream. I say stream, this game. Like, I can't help it. I've tried to make this stream a bit more entertaining by talking about, curry and other things. But reality is, this is what we're working with. It's a pretty duff stream. It's a pretty duff game. It's not been all that great. This hasn't been the beacon of the women's game. This hasn't been the standout game in the women's Euros so far. You've got it on, have you? Nice. I'm not sure. I wish I'd have put something else on. Although there's not really any other games on today apart from this one and the one tonight. Edward, how's it going, Edward? Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. How's things? Rubes, that's not nice to talk about Key like that, Bryn. It's like watching paint dry. I've had worse things said to me. I'm sure I'll still get worse things said to me. Good stuff, man. Glad to hear it, Edward. Long ball forward. The Danes just straight into the keeper's hands there. Is it me, or has the Danish kit gone ever so slightly darker? Feels like it's looking more like a Latvia kit than a Danish kit these days. Denmark's kits used to always be like a pulsing red colour. It's a little bit more hearts now, isn't it? Hearts of Midlothian type of kit. Not sure I like that. Chimey, maybe some Brazil under 20 next time. Yeah, Panama under 20 women, that sort of thing. Something like that. I need to change the colour of the Denmark kit. It's annoyed me. It's a little bit more maroon colour. There you go. It's a bit of that. It's a bit of that now. Edward, I'll pop over the other side. Cheers, Edward. Thank you. Thank you for those that have gravitated across to YouTube. Reese, I've just seen a Twitter account called Prison FC announce their signing of Partey. God. Oh, here we go. The number 9's coming on for Denmark. She's got something on her nose. What's she got on her nose? She's wearing something on her nose. I don't know what it is. Is it tape? Is it one of them things that help you breathe? It's Home Guard coming off, and it's Nadim coming on, the number 9. Lucas, did you like Neymar? No, I didn't like Neymar. I think he is one of the most overrated players of our generation. Chimey, Gremio under 20 have a 16-year-old called Gabriel Mack. This kid is exciting to watch. It just feels like we get one of these. It's so difficult to kind of tune into it because there's one of them every year. Literally every year. Wonder kid. Chelsea are after him. City are after him. Real Madrid are after him. And they sign him. And there's not nearly always this clamour never ends up resulting in an actual top quality player. There's just a lot of excitement and it always ends up fizzling out. Can't remember the last time there was a top quality player come out of South America like that. Lucas Lambert, why didn't I like him? I just thought he was overrated. He's liked by the sort of football fans that annoy me. And if you like him, by the way, mate, I'm not saying you annoy me, but typically the sort of football fans who do annoy me like Neymar. Doesn't mean that I don't like anyone that does like Neymar, but there's certainly you can draw a Venn diagram of it. Lisha, just me, or has Shivan gone quiet, not said who's the Sweden player? I think he did, yeah, I think he did say it in the chat. Yeah, I'm sure he did say it, and it was a while back now, though. Right, Veggie has just been... Veja. Don't know how I'm pronouncing that. Sweden with a flick on, straight through to the keeper. 3-star Reds, after what you've said about Harvey Elliott, if I had Evangelos Marinakis' phone number, I'd be urging him to put in the offer. I'm telling you, mate, we put it this way, I think Brighton put an offer in of 40 or 45, and Liverpool rejected it. Apparently, Liverpool are looking closer to 60 for him. But I reckon 55 would get you the deal done. Especially if it just got us a little bit, maybe got us friendly with Forest about Murillo. I'm not saying we get him this summer, but maybe we just start conversations. Like, listen, give you Harvey Elliott now for a good price. You can have him for a year and, whatever. Maybe we put a buyback clause in there. Maybe we don't put a buyback clause in there. But maybe what we do is we give you Harvey Elliott at a good price now, and you look after us next year when we want Murillo. Because we're going to need Murillo next year when Van Dijk's starting to think about, And maybe, to be honest, I can't see Van Dijk looking terrible anytime soon. Van Dijk last year was absolutely the best defender in the world as far as I'm concerned, and I still think he will be come the end of this season, but that time will come, and when that time does come, I know that Murillo is very, very well liked at Liverpool, so maybe he will be one of those that we look at. So we could probably do with keeping Forest nice and close. Keep your enemies close. Lucas Lambert Elanga reminds me of Kylian Mbappe. It doesn't remind me of Kylian Mbappe. Sweden! Oh, tell you what. Blunkvist. She's missed an absolute sitter. Rubes, he's no Dan Burn. No, he's definitely no Dan Burn. We know that. I mean, of course he's no Dan Burn. Second best defender in the world, Van Dijk. Javier, is this on a channel? It is on a channel, yes, it is on ITV. Lisha, he was the best defender last year, have a day off, Key. Virgil van Dijk wasn't the best centre-back in the world last year. Virgil van Dijk wasn't the best centre-back in the world last year. Tom, I wouldn't say Nay is overrated, more just wasted potential. Well, I get it, whatever way you want to use to describe it, that's, to each their own. But for me, I would absolutely say he was overrated, and he was part of a very, very good Barcelona team, which, for me, I think I could have scored 20 goals in that Barcelona team with Suarez and Messi up front putting him on a plate for me. I just think Neymar is overrated because he used to do lots of flicks and tricks, and he made it look... do you know what I mean? He always had a bit of a gloss to it. He always made a bit of a gloss, but he never showed up in the big games, in my opinion. White LeBron... Edward, do you think we get Mark Gay? Yes, I do think we get Mark Gay. Wow, what a shot from Denmark. Cannons off the bar. Very nearly 1-1 there. Very, very nearly 1-1. That would have been a great goal, that as well. Wonderful strike, smashed the crossbar. Let's just watch this back. It's the number 9, it's the number 10. She cuts in on a left-hand side, left foot, rocket. Absolute rocket into the top corner, and it just smashes the crossbar and back out. Unlucky. White LeBron, hardcore Liverpool fan. Last time I cried was when my father died. Now again. Oh, White LeBron, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Good to have you on the channel, though, mate. Well, I'm a Liverpool fan too. Really, really good to have you on the channel. Stick around. We're live every single day. We do watch-alongs every single day. We'll be live into the season. We'll be doing Liverpool's first pre-season game against Preston, assuming that still goes ahead, by the way. There's maybe... We don't know what's going to happen with that. We don't know if Liverpool's friendly goes ahead on the 13th. But, yeah. We'll be live for that. Chimey, was Spurs using Wembley during renovations to White Hart Lane? Yes, they were. Yes. Chimey, I'm playing FIFA 18. I didn't know that happened. Yeah. Rubes Key loves Everton. Behave yourself. Stop telling lies about me. Tom, few games where Ney had glimpses of the Messi Ronaldo level for PSG, just didn't care enough. Oh, that's strong. That's strong. I don't think he was ever close to Neymar. To Messi or Ronaldo. No, I don't think he was ever close to it. Harry Van Zeno, thoughts on Plymouth Argyle? Really sad that Plymouth went down last season. We did we did lots of games of Plymouth towards the end of the season. And we covered a couple of them. Obviously, the Coventry game was a big one. I really thought after the Coventry game, Plymouth might just stay up. They might just get it done. And obviously, yeah, it just didn't quite work out in the end. But it was a wonderful end to the season for Plymouth. Sad, obviously, the manager moved on. There was a bit of, sort of acrimonious end to all that. But you've got the Cornish derby next season, haven't you? Plymouth against Exeter. That'll be good if nothing else in League One, and maybe we get Plymouth back up next season. Yeah, it'd be good to see Plymouth back up into the Championship next season. Lucas Lambert, I didn't know that Preston have an alright ground. Yeah, Deepdale, it's alright. Yeah, it's okay. It's got the Bill Shankly stand as well. Be yourself, Dylan. Someone hit the crossbar. Yes, the number 10 for Denmark it was, who absolutely smashed it onto the crossbar from just outside the area. Really, really good effort, and unfortunately, yeah, cannoned off the crossbar. Edward, Key, do you think we got gate? We don't. Yeah, we did that one. A few games, we've done that one. Sorry, I think we're all caught up, aren't we? The referee just trying to get the game going again. It feels like Sweden trying to slow the game down. Edward, why has it got a Bill Shankly stand? At Preston. He was a player for Preston, mate, for 10, 15... I think he was a Preston player for a very long time. I think he spent most of his career at Preston. Did you not know that? Yeah, mate, go to... If you've ever been to Deepdale, or if you'd ever see Deepdale, there's actually a picture of Bill Shankly's face on the seats. You know, like Liverpool have the Adidas logo, like in the seats, like that as like an image. It's the same at Deepdale, but the big sort of, I don't know if it's the south stand. Anyway, it's like the Cop, I guess, the sloping sort of stand, one big stand. They've got that, and they've got the Bill Shankly. That's the Bill Shankly stand at Deepdale at Preston, because he spent a good, 10, 15, 20 years, however long he was there. He was at Preston for a very, very long time as a player before he became a manager. So I would imagine it would have been in maybe the 30s and 40s, I guess. Chance for Denmark. Whoa, cleared away. And no, the overhead kick from the edge of the area wasn't quite going to do it. 3-star Reds, Arsenal apparently looking at Morgan Gibbs-White. Chelsea still looking at Murillo this summer. Losing Elanga to be bad enough, but we can't afford to lose those two as well. If you were to lose Murillo, Gibbs-White and Elanga and you got 250 million quid for it, that would have to soften the blow somewhat, as long as there was a clear sort of, a strategy, but also a commitment from Marinakis to say, right, well, what we're going to do is we are going to invest this money back into the team, and we're going to go and make sure that instead of having these 3 fantastic players, we're going to go out and we're going to spend 30 million quid on 10 players to make the whole team and the whole squad better. Because if you went out and spent 30 million quid on 10 players, Forest would undeniably be better. You wouldn't have to have... Some of the players that you've got now are very good, but there's some players who are undoubtedly kind of quick fixes, aren't they? And to be honest, there's some Forest players who you've signed. There's been some bad signings at Forest as well who are still kind of lingering around the club. It would allow you to move those on. Chimey, Premier League stadiums you miss. Premier League stadiums I miss. Goodison Park. Honestly, Goodison Park. I'll really miss Goodison Park. And I think Everton fans will miss it eventually. I think Everton fans will soon come to miss it. Be yourself, Dylan. Reynard is missing for the France game tomorrow. England might have a chance. Possibly so. Yeah, possibly so. Lucas Lambert, Preston have an alright history as well. The great club, Preston. Fabulous club. Stan went to Anfield today and laid my Jota shirt from last season there. That's really lovely, Stan there. Really lovely, that, mate. So, yeah. It's nice of you to do that. Cheers for the follow, Red Jaden. Yeah, thank you very much for those who have already followed. If you haven't yet, please get over to X and search at the Premier League Dad, or just Premier League Dad, whatever works for you. YouTube, Premier League Dad, and give us a like and a follow on TikTok as well if you haven't yet. Massively appreciate it. Everyone on YouTube, you know the drill. If you haven't yet, I sounded like Bevo then, didn't I? You know the rules. You know the rules. Can't believe I'm doing an impression of Bevo. Yeah, give us a like, give us a sub, share it if you can as well. All these things massively help the channel. So, and if I don't ask, I won't get. So I've got to ask, haven't I? Got to ask. Being a little bit cheeky, but it takes you 2 seconds, and it'll make a massive difference to my day. Do you know what I mean? Make a massive difference. It really will. Not just to my day, by the way. Make a massive difference to my family. To my family. Not pulling on the heartstrings, but I'm trying to make something here. I'm on a time frame. I've got till Christmas to make this channel work. Otherwise, it's getting deleted. It'll be gone. I won't be here next year. I'll be working in Amazon warehouse. Be going getting a job as a taxi driver, or God knows. Be doing something. Wouldn't mind being a taxi driver actually. Never done that before. Kieran, have you ever been to Portman Road? Have I ever been to Portman Road? No, I haven't been to Portman Road. I don't even think I've been near Portman Road. I've been to Carrow Road, which obviously I know that's not what you asked, but that's close. But it's that part of the country, innit? Suffolk and Norfolk is tough to get to if you're from where I'm from. It's very tough. Be yourself, Dylan. I feel sometimes we are forced to continue content because otherwise people will say, "Where are you?" Well, I mean, do you know what, mate? You have to do what makes you happy, and if you don't feel happy doing it, then don't do it. Just do it. Do it for what makes you happy. Yeah, just do it while it makes you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, do something else. But your like I say, your stuff does make people happy. It makes other people happy, doesn't it? You do really, really wonderful stuff. And obviously with all the stuff you're doing, going down to the Prime Minister and everything, and going delivering a notice to number 10 and all that, mate, you're making a difference. You're making a massive difference to the world. So you're not just watching games of football like I am. You're actually doing something worthwhile. So no, you're doing wonderful stuff, mate. You should keep doing what you're doing, in my opinion. But if you don't enjoy it, then you should obviously make changes. Do something that you want to do. You could always create another channel, couldn't you? Or you could just stop altogether if you don't enjoy it. Plenty of people who do that too. You do watch football too. You should come on here. You should do a watch along with me. You should do a watch along. We should do a watch along together one day. That'd be a laugh. Maybe do Liverpool against Forest next season. You're a Forest fan, aren't you? We could do Liverpool against Forest, maybe. That could work. We'll do a watch-along. Edward, have you seen his Orange Tube page and his videos with Bonnie Blue? No, I haven't. I haven't, to be honest, mate. I know of those two, but I don't really know. No, not really my thing. Lucas Lambert be a steward for Liverpool? No, not my thing either, to be honest. Not my thing either. Mrs. used to work for Liverpool for a short spell. Kieran, it's like me. I always want to go to Anfield, but it's too far to get to. It is. It's the other side of the world. It's miles away, isn't it? You just can't be bothered. It's too far of a stretch. I've been down that part of the world for I had a wonderful holiday as a kid in Great Yarmouth. I don't know where that is in relation to Ipswich, but it's East Anglia, isn't it? Great Yarmouth. Norfolk. Okay, right, yeah, so it's closer to Norwich than it is to Suffolk. Lucas, have you been to Anfield before? I've been to Anfield hundreds of times, yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of times. I've just never been to Portman Road. But yeah, I've certainly been to Anfield many, many times over the years. Went to my first game in 2000. I went pretty steadily all over Europe, home and away. Yusuf, have you been to the bridge? I have been to the bridge, yes. I have been to the bridge. Have you been to Deepdale? I have been to Deepdale, yes. And their mascot, Deepdale Duck. Rubes, what you should do is get fans to do watch-alongs with. It's easier for me to get to Ireland than it is for me to get to Ipswich. Kieran, yeah, I know Yarmouth. To be fair, to get to Norwich, you have to go past Ipswich. I think I went to a meeting with a client in Ipswich. They were a brewery. I can't remember what brewery it was. Is there a big brewery in Ipswich? The head office is in Ipswich. This is years ago, by the way. A massive, massive UK brewery in Ipswich, their head office. That was the last time I went down to Ipswich, and it was a good 6-7 years ago. 3-star red, see you in about 45 minutes in the next stream. Yeah, no problem, mate. I'll be live for that one at about 7:30, just after. Edward, have you been to Celtic Park? I have, yeah. I have been to Celtic Park. I met John Hartson outside Celtic Park as well. Be yourself, Dylan. Sad that Elanga is going, but to a good team of Newcastle. Yeah, just you've got to think about who you're gonna replace him with, you know. Yusuf, what team do you support? I support Liverpool, and the Prem is back on August the 15th. No, it's not the 15th. It's not the 15th. It's August the 16th. August the 16th. Be yourself, Dylan. I'd be happy to do a watch along maybe with you, not to be Liverpool. Well, like, listen, no pressure. No pressure. The offer's there, mate. The offer's there. I would say you've got to do your if anyone upsets you, you've got to do that video first. But no, absolutely, yeah, of course, mate, of course. Yusuf's still a long way away. Yeah, mate, in another month. Yeah, you've got another month left before the Premier League starts. But we've got the Champions League kicking off in a week or so. The Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, the FIFA Club World Cup's got another week or so to go. There's the Charity Shield before that. There's the Super Cup as well, of course. The Super Cup, Spurs against PSG. So all of that is still to come over the next month before the Premier League officially starts. Dwayne, wait, Elanga is leaving Forest. Yeah, Elanga is leaving Forest. £55 million deal agreed with Newcastle. Elanga to complete a medical, and that's going to happen, I would imagine, in the next few days. Or certainly the next week or so. Be yourself, Dylan. Liverpool at home versus Forest is the 22nd of November. Okay. Well, if I'm still going by that point, hopefully I will be. If I'm still going by that point, then yeah, go on. If you're up for it and we it works for everyone, that'd be great. Dwayne, no way. Why would he leave? He was thriving there, my boy. I think he's just leaving because of the Champions League football at Newcastle. It's another opportunity for him to play against teams at a higher level, maybe. Dwayne, I'm a United fan, by the way. Okay, no worries, Dwayne. We've got plenty of United fans in. I'm a Liverpool fan, but, you know, it's all good. We talk all football on here. And United, by the way, do benefit from this. United are going to get close to, I think, 9 million quid. Oh, no, it's not. It's 8 million quid. United get 8 million quid from this deal. Yeah. They get £8 million from Elanga going to Newcastle because they get, I think, 20%. It's 20% of the profit of the deal, because it was 15 million they sold him to Forest for, wasn't it? 15 million quid. So 40 million on top, 20%, 8 million quid. So there you go, 8 million. It's not bad at all. Chimey, I like Loftus Road. Can't say I've done Loftus Road. Sweden cutting forward here. Chance on the counter-attack. Maybe. Oh, she just missed it. Right across the 6-yard box. Really unlucky. Who's the new signing? If you say João Pedro or Gittins, or some academy player nobody really knows about, who is it? Who have they actually signed? Paddy, what team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Paddy. Yeah, Liverpool fan. Rubes, PSG winning then. You think so? It's 20 seconds left here. Kee and Best. They've signed Kee and Best, Chelsea, from Preston. Wow. Now that is interesting. Kee and Best to Chelsea. I did not see that coming. There you go. That is interesting. Emiliano, I still cannot believe about Jota and his brother. I know, yeah, it's very, very sad, Emiliano. Really, really sad. Really sad. Lots of people still can't quite process it, to be honest. Dwayne, the only cool Liverpool I'm ever going to follow, just saying. Hey, listen, mate, I appreciate it. Thank you for that. It's nice of you to say. It's very nice of you to say. So I had a Man United fan come in yesterday and say, oh no, it was an Everton fan. It was an Everton fan came in yesterday and said the same thing. You're the only copite that I'll follow. Right, so it's full time here. The Swedes have won. Denmark 0, Sweden 1. And that's full time in this game. Sweden take the win. It was a very, very good finish from the Real Madrid midfielder, Angel Dahl, with the goal. Great finish, right-footed, bottom corner. Lovely finish, right into the bottom corner past the keeper. And, yeah, deserved the win, I thought, to be honest, Sweden. But it wasn't a particularly good game. It was pretty tough, to be honest. Denmark rattled the crossbar to try and equalise in the second half. But other than that, there weren't too many other chances in the game. Yeah, Denmark 0, Sweden 1. We move on to tonight's game, which is, looking at the poll, we put it out to you on YouTube. We did put it out. The question is on YouTube. Which game should we watch tonight? I asked you, did you want to watch Germany women against Poland women, or did you want to watch Fluminense against Al Hilal in the Club World Cup? That was the options that we was gonna talk about tonight on YouTube. These were the options we were going to watch. And the overwhelming winner with 65% of the votes is Fluminense and Al Hilal. So we're going to be doing Fluminense v Al Hilal. That's the game we're watching tonight. 8 PM kickoff. I'll be live at 7:30. So I've got 25 minutes now to just kind of get set up for the next stream, and then I'll be back live in 25 minutes. So hopefully you will all come back. If you haven't yet, please do. Give us a like on YouTube. Please do subscribe if you haven't. If you're watching on TikTok, same. Give us a follow. Give us a follow, and go to all of these as well and give us a follow. It really helps us out. YouTube, Premier League Dad on X as well. And yeah, hopefully see you over there. Massive, massive thank you to everyone that has followed and liked and everything so far. And I will see you all in about 25 minutes or so. Yeah, about 25 minutes. Take it easy.